What happened at Peony Park was this. When we went out there, I know, and we basically started our campaign, and it really wasn't a campaign. We decided that we would send one car, then we would wait 15 minutes and send the next car. So when the first car went to the entrance, they were stopped. The car was stopped at the gate. And the person at the gate told the occupants of our car that we were not allowed in the park due to anticipated crowds, period. We asked the question, are you denying us access to the park because of our color? And they repeated the same statement over and over again. And the second car was dispatched from the crossroads. Now, at the same time, there was a line of cars going into the park, trying to go into the park. But since our car was being held up, the line was backed up. So when some smart person decided that they were going to direct the rest of the cars into the exit gate, which were, all they thought was just one car, and so they started directing the traffic. So as they started letting people in, the second car was following the traffic. It went to the exit gate. Then they were asked the same question. So you had two cars, and the only entrance and exit of the park being stopped. So it started a traffic jam. And that was the beginning of our boycott. But what we did for security, we would call the news media. If we were going to demonstrate at 11 o'clock, we called the news media and said we were going to demonstrate at 10:30. In the fourth week, after the appeals of the Peony Park could not uphold a 25-cent membership, and they only gave it to whites, and any non-whites were not allowed to have a membership, that was struck down in the court. There was two things that broke that thing open. Our persistence. Secondly was the economics. It cost Peony Park a lot of money. What caused the public opinion to swing drastically was that one of our demonstrations, the staff of Peony Park was called into a private meeting with the Maliks, and they were told to start an incident at the gate. And one of the young kids told their parent, and their parent told their clergy, and the clergy went public with it. That was the first time someone got into the mind of the Maliks, and they went from being all those poor people that we were just picking on and causing them all that havoc, that they had crossed the line. And the public opinion just swung the other way. And they recanted, they had meetings, and they wanted their park open before the last holiday before the summer ended. He was a person trapped in his own time. The adult branch of the NAACP's focus was on the legal part, on discrimination, public accommodations, voters' rights. You had the Urban League, which was another prominent national organization that had been in existence since the early, I would say 1910 or something like that. And their primary mission was to find and develop and to create job opportunities for African Americans throughout the country. With the migration of people coming from the South, they were like the first point that you went to. You had these regional, you had these national, you had all these organizations, and then the Black Panther was something that came out of that. As the nonviolent movement became very prominent, there was a division within the black community that nonviolence wasn't the way. Well, from that, we called it the Summer of '63. We wound up going into demonstrating against restaurants that segregated, and there was a lot of them. anytime that we found a situation that summer that we could make an impact, we mobilized and we were effective. It was, I can't put me in front because it was a joint effort. Having your name in it, having the media ask, you know, who are you? And my name's Archie Godfrey, and you know, and if Archie Godfrey Sr. worked at so and so and so and so, then that employer might not like what I'm doing, and it would have ramifications on the parents. We didn't have Twitter, we didn't have Facebook, and we didn't have those things that you can kind of communicate. I mean, it was like grassroots organization. The movement, the need for young people to stand up.